iPad kids. Okay, hear me out. This is a reaction video, but I'm gonna be reacting because I'm a Gen Zer, and I don't think I can ever have kids. Okay, one second. Let me fix my light real quick. Okay, let's redo that, shall we? iPad kids. Oh, Jesus. iPad kids. We all know them. We all hate them. We all hate the kids that scream skibbity toilet. But what is the true fact about them? What is the truth about iPad kids? Well, today we'll be reacting to a video. And hi everyone, I'm Kevin Does Things. This is my New Year's resolution. I said I'll make more better videos. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Look, I'm gonna be fully honest. I saw this video and want to react to it personally. Seriously. For one, this video was made by Moon. I'm gonna link him in the description and show his channel by the end. So yeah, but iPad kids are very dangerous. We're gonna react to this video together. If you want to go down and comment what you think of it, go right ahead. We have our light right over here. We have the microphone right over here, and have the headset right here. So if you want to subscribe, do it. I don't mind. Let's get to the video, shall we? All right, ready? The camera's right in the middle bottom corner of the video. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. So let's go see the video. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Welcome to the age of iPad kids. Gen Z, we're told, is terrified by the prospect of raising a generation of children who are slaves to their iPads. The term iPad kids is commonly used to describe children who are raised without any restrictions.
Oh God, I hate these kinds of kids. Look, this is a 19-minute video, so I gotta react as much and not pull a SS Sniper Wolf. I have seen kids like this at like public places, so let's just say I know a few of them. So yeah, hopefully that makes a bit more sense. But yeah, I know these people. I've seen kids that do this, and God, is it annoying. Swear to God, this kid has no attention span
on their screen time, and the topic, ironically enough, gained significant traction on TikTok amongst TikTok kids. There is now a whole genre of TikTok videos that have garnered millions of views, where users openly criticize and ridicule the behaviors of iPad kids, throwing tantrums when the devices are taken away, displaying a complete disinterest in engaging with others, lacking the ability to play with traditional toys, etc. But behind all the sarcasm and dark humor lies a whole host of uncomfortable truths about where our society is going. The kids—
Okay, I'm gonna pause it. You know what? I'll pause it when I find a good spot, but I will tell you my history about like technology and when I started even on the internet. So I'll tell that later.
Of today are bad, but the kids of tomorrow will be living a life we can't even think of. Generation Alpha is something we don't want to think about. But what's actually going to happen to these kids in the future? But to understand what's going to happen and why iPad kids are such a terrifying phenomena, we need to look at how things were a few decades ago. It wasn't long ago when it was normal for children to play outside,
I'm sorry for not
unsupervised for extended periods of time, specifically to play with other kids from their neighborhoods. Your parents probably did the same, all for extended periods of time, completely unsupervised, playing sports, building forts, and climbing trees. And doing this helped children develop useful skills for their adult years. They learned how to communicate, how to negotiate, how to delegate, how to defend themselves, how to make friends, and the importance of teamwork. It helped them develop lifelong friendships. Play helped these children develop as humans to become, as the author Nicholas Taleb said, anti-fragile. It fosters—
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna explain this. As a kid, I didn't get my first phone. Yeah, okay, here's it. See this? See this piece of glass and metal right here? You see it? I got my first phone when I was, no joke, not lying, no cap, no sham, no rah, no ja. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. When I was in high school, I didn't have a phone until I got into high school. Which, I know it sounds like a very boomer thing, but hear me out. That was just life. I didn't get a phone until then because my mom didn't trust me with a phone. She gave me an iPod that couldn't even go on the internet. So I didn't know nothing about the internet until I got into high school. So me seeing kids that go and get a literal phone at the age of 5 and are doing this with their life, I feel so bad for those parents, man. Like, here's the thing. Raise your kid, Okay? I'm not being mean when I say that statement. I don't want that to be taken as, oh, you don't care about kids. Raise your kid the way you should raise them. Raise them like this. Raise them in a way that will actually make them socialize. Don't just shove an iPad in their face. Swear to God.
Creativity. Play, along with other key components like community, traditional family values, and religion, helped form what philosopher Peter Berger called a sacred canopy, an invisible structure that stretched over society, providing a shield that protects people from the uncertainties and cruelties of life. Outdoor, unsupervised play helped create better citizens and, in turn, a better society. However, in the early 80s, outdoor unsupervised play became far less frequent, replaced instead by closely monitored trips to the park and heavily supervised playdates. By 1997, the year Generation Z officially began, the days of widespread unstructured play were officially dead, and fast forward to today, an outdoor unsupervised play has almost been entirely replaced by indoor unsupervised screen time, and family time replaced by screen time. Today's children suffer from nature deficit disorder, a term coined by author Richard Louv.
We're creating an environment in which I believe, by definition, they are less alive. What parent wants their child to be less alive? What teacher wants their students to be less alive?
At the same
Okay, that guy is based. I'm going to say that. Seriously, I agree with that guy. I'm going to say this. I agree with that guy 100%. Your kids, if you have a kid that's like 5 years old, your kid does not look alive. Your kid looks dead. Okay? Your kid probably does not have a life other than the TikTok, the thingy. One sec, I don't see is my microphone fixed? What is wrong with my high microphone? Is it my, what one is that one? Is that my microphone? I think this, hello? Okay, so that is my plugged in microphone. Alright, cool. So it plugs into my USB and my Nintendo Switch. Fair enough. Alright, back to this. Sorry, guys. I'll cut this out.
Same time, rates of childhood conduct disorder, a precursor to psychopathy, continues to increase. This worrying rise is completely connected to a lack of unsupervised play and the fact that more and more parents are outsourcing their role as primary caregivers. And outsourcing to who? Well, the people who control the algorithms. Artificial intelligence like Siri, Alexa, and a whole host of other artificial creations have zero interest in protecting the most vulnerable, and instead using them as pawns to advertise to, mold, and create into the ideal people for Amazon, Apple, or whatever big tech company. In truth, these advanced algorithms target babies and toddlers, identifying their weaknesses and exploiting them mercilessly, so as they grow up they're always dependent on their tablets, and the effects of this will be disastrous for society. But the problem is today it's more and more tempting to rely on screens. Parents today have so many things to do. Both parents usually work now because no one has any money anymore, and so when parents come back exhausted, it's just so much easier to give their kid an iPad, while the parents can relax for an hour or two. But ongoing research consistently highlights the long-term effects of excessive screen time on kids. Such effects include memory impairment, reduced emotional control, heightened levels of apathy and anxiety.
Can I be honest with you? I think I suffer from a few of these because I grew up on the internet. I grew up in... When I was little, when I was like 11 or 12, I had a computer. I had a really shit computer, but it was still a computer. I still did internet stuff, but it wasn't as bad as this. So I might have a little bit of this because I've been doing YouTube, but at the same time, this ain't right. This just ain't right. This ain't good. I don't like that.
Lower levels of empathy, delays in speech and language development, and even criminal behavior.
Why criminal behavior? Okay, I'm confused by that statement. Why criminal? I mean maybe because they don't understand that what they're doing is illegal, but even so, I don't understand that one. I need to elaborate more.
Parents aren't watching their young ones, sexual predators are, and I mean that quite literally, but more on that later. In 2017, psychologist Dr. Jean M. wrote for The Atlantic that Generation Z has in many ways been destroyed by the rise of smartphones. And we all know this. Generation Z is more anxious, more depressed, more suicidal, less likely to date, less likely to have sex, less likely to venture outside, less likely to have any friends, less likely to talk to family members, more lonely, more isolated, and more depressed. Generation Z is down bad. We all can see this. It's a horrific transformation in the last few decades that has created the generation we see today. But just think of Generation Alpha, i.e. the iPad kids, who are going to be even sicker, dumber, sadder, and more lonely than Generation Z is today. Not to mention fatter. You see, children in the past would engage in...
Okay, I'm going to pause it. You know what? No. I want to hear about the exercise. I'll talk about it after. We'll hear about the exercise part.
Hours of play every day, which not only allowed them to burn calories and maintain their physical fitness, but also facilitated social interaction, enhanced cognitive abilities, and alleviated stress. However, as playtime is diminished, all aspects of childhood development have been negatively affected, with the consequences on health and obesity being particularly concerning. The association between increased screen time and obesity is undeniable. More screen time activity tends to go hand in hand, or hand in mouth, with higher food consumption and less long-term gratification. Multiple studies have demonstrated that prolonged screen exposure actually leads to a heightened desire for food and increased snacking habits among children and teenagers.
Binge eating disorder. Okay, I did not know it was a real thing.
Obese children go on to become obese adults. In fact, about 55% of kids who are obese during their childhood will continue to be obese during their adolescence, ostracizing them even further. That's why it's now estimated that around 80% of adolescents who are obese will still be obese when they reach adulthood, ostracizing them further and further, making them more unhealthy, making them have less testosterone and less...
Okay, I shouldn't laugh, but why the hell are you putting Nikocado avocado in a serious video? I swear to God. No, okay, I'm gonna pause it here. I'm not gonna laugh at Nikocado. But, okay, this is, we're gonna be serious about this. I agree on every single step of what he's saying. Like, I remember in school, I was in RTC. I was forced to do PE. I was forced to do physical work. But I remember, oh God, this is bad. Like, seriously. So I did not know half of this before I watched this video before, like a few weeks ago. And it's been in the back of my mind, like, oh, should I make a video on this now or later? But here's my thought. This is terrifying. Like, I'm a Gen Zer, okay? Tell me, do I look fat to you? Because I might. I am. I'm a little bit. I'm 250. Look, the whole point being, this is terrifying. Even to me, someone who I am used to this kind of entertainment, this is just scary to think of, that my generation is, oh God. I'm going to stop talking, but I agree with everything. Like, the older generations had a lot more communication. They did a lot more outdoor stuff. 100%. I agree with that. But at the same time, I still, God, this is like a lot to take in. But I'm doing this video because I said I'll do more content, and I want to try this one. And if this doesn't work, I might try something else. But I want to do this specifically because I am a Gen Zer, and this is a very shocking video.
Ability to actually enjoy life as they should be. And if you don't believe me, most children now have a...
Also, the depression thing is really true.
Cell phone by the age of 7. Just look around you. So many kids at restaurants everywhere you go are on their iPads or their iPhones, going online for hours at a time, doing things that their parents are completely oblivious to, fueling a huge mental health epidemic for children, which is why in recent years there have been...
Hold on, are they going to talk about the TikTok ticks? I don't know. Are they going to talk about the TikTok ticking issue, where people who have like random ticks and disorders for no reason? I hope they talk about that.
Record levels of sadness and self-harm within kids. Instagram in particular has been found to have detrimental effects on mental well-being. A study investigating the frequency of Instagram use revealed a strong link between its usage and various negative outcomes such as depression, lower self-esteem, appearance anxiety, and body dissatisfaction.
Oh, I know about this. A lot of people in my old high school, which I don't see them anymore, suffer from this entirely, which is very terrifying and sad.
Millions of children as young as 10 use Instagram and are regularly mobile.
10! Okay, let me understand this. 10 years old. You should not, at the age of 10, be using Instagram. You shouldn't. You should not be using Instagram at the age of 10. There's a certain rule. I'm gonna enhance my camera just a little bit. You should not be teaching your kids how to use Instagram at the age of 10. The thing is, my camera is pretty small in the corner. It's because I don't want to block too much of the video so they can understand. But at the same time, I don't want to, like, I'm going to say it. Get your kids off Instagram, get them off TikTok, get them off social media, let them do their own thing. I'm 23 years old. I already am wasting my life. I'm working a job. I don't need to worry about my life. But your kids are more important. You're the future of the generations.
Sexualized imagery, and traumatizing self-harm footage. Not to mention always feeling insecure compared to the people who live better lives than you, or at least they seem to. So is it any wonder that kids today are so miserable if we're setting them up like this in the first place? Their innocence is being ripped away from them at such a young age and replaced with something truly awful. Even YouTube Kids, designed specifically to—
they're gonna start talking about the YouTube Kids stuff. Oh, they're talking about the YouTube. Oh, God. I feel like this is something that should have been talked about way in the beginning. This should have been talked about way in the beginning. Wait. That's a YouTube Kids video. These are YouTube Kids videos. Jesus. YouTube Kids is hell.
Catered to children as young as 4 is really not safe at all. The application has been shown to offer children content of a sexual nature, as well as material focusing on alcohol and drug consumption, predator content, and other strange things really not meant for 4-year-olds. More recently, a number of reports have emerged regarding harmful material.
I think these are the content. I think these are called the content farms, which are just bad. These are bad. These are the ones that do Poppy Playtime and Skibbity Toilet and all that shit.
On YouTube that specifically targets children as young as 2.
2 years old. 2. Let me understand this. Kids at 2. What the hell?
So people can
oh God, I'm actually not happy with this.
On the left of the screen, there's the real episode of Peppa Pig when Peppa goes to the dentist. And on the right, that fake that you're talking about, fear, torturous appearance. And here's another example that we pulled from Paw Patrol, which you mentioned.
Oh, I know what these are. Right, I've heard about these way too much. Are you saying funny? Someone was commenting. So me and Famous Builder, we run a show called Joby Kenneth. We don't react on there often. We did like 3 videos, which is fine. We are busy. We're IRL. We are busy people. And so to explain it, there is like this guy on my Discord who is sending me like really shitty YouTube Kids videos, and he wants me to react. He wants me to literally react to those videos. And it's like, I'm not doing that. That's brain rot. And at the same time, I just don't like that, for one. And for two, this is for kids. And this should not be for kids. What the hell?
The fear.
Basically, nefarious individuals have tampered with content.
I know about those. Those are the ones I know of.
Well-known shows like Peppa Pig, Nickelodeon's Paw Patrol, and Disney's Frozen. These perpetrators have inserted
Frozen, you piece of crap. Also, I know what these stupid goddamn things are.
Inappropriate and unsettling content featuring beloved characters, causing subliminal trauma to unsuspecting
I know what
toddlers.
this is.
These are the people bringing
up
children today. When you get parents out or they come back from work all tired and exhausted, they just give the iPad to the kid who is then raised by these predators. The girls seem to have it way worse than the boys. It's just more and more we find out how bad social media really is for women in particular. We've all seen these articles like teen girls are facing a mental health epidemic. Teen girls report record levels of
rabbit hole to jump
teen
into.
Girls are not okay. Each one loaded with these horrific stories and weird side effects. And in recent times, psychological professionals
demand for mental health treatment continues to increase to psychologists. Hold on, is this I think what they're talking about? Is this about the tics? So I said, could this be about the tics?
Individuals seeking help for mental health disorders and symptoms resembling Tourette's syndrome. And
I was right. I was right. I was 100% right.
Or that TikTok's actually to blame here. As these are now being called
TikTok tics,
where young individuals, particularly young girls, are manifesting symptoms of various disorders due to exposure to social media influencers who themselves exhibit these symptoms.
Okay. I'm gonna say it. Buddy, look, Moon. I think that's your YouTube name, Moon. I'm gonna link his channel in the description. Those people do it for clout. The people who will do it on TikTok with the tics, do it for attention, and then people will think that gives them popular, and then they copy it. Either they do them because real ticks, because God, like I've seen so many videos of TikTok compilations of people who faked having disabilities, and it's sickening. It is truly sickening. And if this is actually affecting children where they actually think they have a tick, God, this is gonna be a long video, but I want to draw this out as much as I can. Being serious here, I I need to get this off my mind.
TikTok tics are distinct from what medical professionals usually see in patients with Tourette's. They're an example of mass sociogenic illness, or mass hysteria, where behaviors, emotions, or conditions spread spontaneously within a group, including online groups. Moreover, the more time individuals, especially girls, spend on social networking websites, the more likely they are to experience psychological distress and even contemplate ending their life. With 60% of young girls claim they have now experienced bullying online as well, just compounding the mental health epidemic even worse.
I'm not
Is
talking.
it any wonder the
I'm not talking because I want you all to hear this. This is legitimately wrong with my generation. I swear to God.
Alpha is doomed? If Generation Z is as messed up as it is today, what's the generation of iPad kids going to look like in 20 years? Especially when screens and social media are not only ruining their mental health, but also making them devoid of any emotion in the first place. You see, there isn't just a rise in TikTok tics, but social media sites like TikTok and YouTube are actually shown to increase psychopathy. Now, psychopaths, otherwise known as people who suffer from antisocial personality disorder, are characterized by their coldness, manipulativeness, antisocial nature, and narcissistic tendencies. And of all the people in society, they tend to be some of the most toxic.
Twitter. Those people, the people on Twitter are literally these types of people. All right? I gotta say it. I paused it. Twitter. The Gen Z are gonna get mad and then do this on Twitter because they want to bug people. This is why Twitter sucks. This is why all this sucks. But yeah, all those angry psychopath people go straight to goddamn Twitter and start harassing people. Or YouTube. They go everywhere. They go Reddit maybe. Who knows? They're everywhere.
Whatever is needed to get what they want when they want it. Society and your well-being is of no importance. They will do anything they can to get whatever they want. And this disorder is often associated with early childhood encounters such as maltreatment and rejection. And yes, you probably guessed it, extensive use of screens and social media. To be diagnosed with psychopathy, one must be over the age of 18. Before 18, a child is diagnosed with something called conduct disorder, a severe behavioral problem which often involves aggression and law-breaking tendencies. And the research clearly shows that childhood CAD symptoms are significantly associated with greater daily social media use during emerging adulthood, and that more daily social media use is significantly associated with various antisocial behaviors. Antisocial conduct in childhood is a strong predictor of criminal behavior in adulthood. And if you think about it, our society already in the West is designed to promote the most psychopathic of all. The most greedy, narcissistic are rewarded the most. And this hamster wheel is only going to increase, especially with screen time hampering our capacity to interpret facial expressions and acquire social skills, both of which are crucial elements of cultivating empathy. And once social media removes empathy from the human equation, and you quickly find yourself—
Oh, American Psycho. You put American Psycho for this. Oh, I can definitely see that. Jesus. I'm sorry if I'm not talking at all. I am just inhaling this into my brain and just realizing how messed up this is. Also, his name is Moon. He's literally right in the corner. Subscribe with him.
Surrounded by a large amount of Patrick Bateman-like people, the most virtue-signaling, empty, vacuous, plastic people, who have no care for the society that has brought them up, or the people around them. Just more instant gratification, more dopamine. This is the generation of iPad kids. And of course, not everyone's going to be a psychopath, of course not. It's an incredibly rare thing in the first place. But the lack of empathy and growing narcissism that growing up on an iPad causes is a really worrying sign, especially when you look at modern day influencers today, the people actually raising your children. You see more and more influencers are always there in your child's life now. They're the ones on your screen, the ones trend-jacking TikTok, the ones setting the culture of today. And when you look at the biggest influencers now who flaunt their opulent lifestyles and endorse things like OnlyFans, are these really the people you want raising your children?
Okay, yes, I agree with him on this. Okay, here's a good example. I'm not going to mention her again, Sniper Wolf. I know kids. I used to go to high school, people that used to look up to Sniper Wolf and be like literally the kind of people that would look up to people like that. And I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why you'd all look up to someone online. And this video woke me up and realized it's because of all the social media effects. I didn't realize that. That's just chilling. Like, I'm getting goosebumps, and I'm not wearing a jacket, but that is chilling. Also, randomly in a video, I'm going to show some random code for Streamlabs Ultra. There you go. Some free Streamlab Ultra. Go nuts. I don't know idea. I don't give a shit. But yeah.
The Adam 22s, Logan Pauls, Neons of the world. All of these shallow, superficial beings who fills kids' head with idiotic, sometimes dangerous ideologies. And worryingly, as more and more studies show, influencers are having a profound impact on the psyche of kids, shaping their ideologies through the spread of distorted, emotionally charged narratives, propagating materialistic wealth, greed, self-absorption, and just bottom of the bucket behavior. Your daughter's being raised by
I know.
Cardi B, Ruby Rose, Sexy Red, rapping about their genitals and the glories of promiscuity, warping little children everywhere with the impression of what others actually find attractive. Boys who are told to get more hoes, to get more money, to neglect culture and tradition, and screw everyone over. Children who are influenced by adult content at such early ages.
Okay, I would say the Andrew Tate situation, but I feel like in this kind of moment it wouldn't be appropriate, so I'm not going to mention it. But yeah. Yeah, holy hell. My head hurts.
I'm not even kidding. Today, kids as young as 9 are regularly exposed to adult content. And this is not the adult
What?
content of your parents.
I should not. Okay. Leave that. No, get off the stream.
Compilations of the.
All right, there. That's a safe place to pause. Oh God. Kids at the age of 10 are seeing adult content like corn. We're caught corn. They're saying corn. Oh, okay. YouTube isn't gonna like that word showing up. I might need to censor that scene. I might need to, unless YouTube wants to be a good helper and not, restrict the video. But that's up to YouTube. The whole point being, I know I was kind of a messed up kid, to be fully honest, but. Damn. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna keep watching.
Worst things you can think of, completely destroying your children's dopamine. Because in our society,
people
are just too tired and overworked to even have the time to raise their children properly anymore. So giving them an iPad to numb them just seems like the easier option today. But when you really think about what's going on here, when you really think about what they're being influenced by, the fact that children everywhere are watching this kind of content before they've even had their first kiss, what is this doing to children's brains? Well, not only is it ruining their attention span and their empathy, but it also has detrimental effects on their developing prefrontal cortex, a region of the brain responsible for rational decision making and impulse regulation. Consequently, when this area is compromised, children are prone to displaying impulsive behavior and making even worse decisions. Without a fully functioning prefrontal cortex, a human runs the risk of living life full of recklessness and poor choices. Even the iPads given out in schools aren't safe.
You know what? We're gonna pause right before this because I know about the. Oh, no, why did I stop on this
stories
one?
emerging involving young children, third graders, being given unfiltered iPads and being fed the most disturbing material by these algorithms.
Okay, we're going to stop. We're going to pause the video. One, I know people that are like this. I know people that literally tried their luck on basically doing stupid decisions, and they're working a job they hate. Because they messed up their life or they went to jail for something. I know a few people that went to jail for something stupid, okay? Seriously. Look, I'm gonna say this. This video is one of the most eye-opening videos I have found. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna do more videos like this, but I do random content. I might not. Who knows? But this is just eye-opening to see because I didn't think it would be this bad.
Algorithms. Although Apple's screen time was introduced in 2018 to stop this very sort of behavior, with restrictions ostensibly designed to help parents and educators, it's usually never that effective. Children can just easily circumvent these minor obstacles and end up accessing the most depraved content. New research from Imperial Software shows that 1 in 4 young students have watched harmful or violent content online.
1 in 4.
17% were watching it on a school device. And even
okay, that's not good. That isn't good at all. I'll be fully honest. This isn't good. This is very terrifying. Like, for one, I remember as a kid able to access school computer, but I didn't realize how, like, because schools, for some reason, let me explain. Schools have a very strict, like, system on their computers. You can't access certain sites, you can't access certain systems, you can't play certain games, you can't do certain things, you can't do certain this, you can't do certain that. They're computers. But they can did schools go down on their security since I left high school or like middle school? Did they lower their security?
1 in 10 children have used gambling sites through these iPads. And again, to be clear, all in the classroom. If all this isn't depressing enough though, there's one thing that's even worse than
God, that kid's face. That kid's face is not paying attention to the real world, which is a very scary thought.
Generation of iPad kids. Predators exploiting Generation Alpha. Now this happens with every generation, and they say that in a city, you're never more than 6 feet away from a rat. But online it seems children are never more than 6 clicks away from a predator.
Okay, is this gonna talk about the YouTube predators and like the online people who make really messed up disturbing content online? Because if it is, I think I know what the heck he's talking about.
You see, social media has, in many ways, created a safe haven for predators who can
hide.
Oh,
I know what he's talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Children into potentially life-destroying, even life-ending traps. Now, the Wall Street Journal published an extensive report showing how Instagram connects a vast predator network around the globe.
Oh,
and although
I know
Instagram
exactly
users are supposed to be at least 13, many users are as young as 10. And this number is going down and down as more and more kids get iPads. And unbeknownst to them, that young child they are communicating with is in fact a 58-year-old man with the most vile intentions imaginable. Meanwhile, TikTok, the most popular social media platform in existence, has been called the perfect platform for predators.
I can't talk.
Now we all know the online world is crawling with monsters, the type of people who specialize in destroying children's lives. A recent study conducted by Israeli and American cybersecurity experts reveals that predators who contact kids through social media exploit security breaches to secretly activate their webcams without the knowledge or consent of the children. And at the same time, there's been a huge increase in cases of children falling prey to online extortion.
Oh, I know exactly what this is. I know exactly what this is, actually. I know about this. Okay, I'm gonna be serious. I know I'm not joking this video, but I'll be honest with you. I know about this. This is very bad. The only thing I do know is that this is one of the more terrifying things and aspects of it, because this phrasing alone, I can't say these words because YouTube is not very happy with them. But the whole point being, this is just like, seriously.
Sextortion, the criminal act of manipulating children who are then coerced into sharing explicit images of themselves with abusers. These abusers then threaten to distribute the pictures if a ransom is not paid to them.
Sexual predators are on a new playground here, targeting kids by chatting with them while they play popular video games.
CBS 8's Anna Marie McNichol working for you with how parents can protect their kids from becoming victims.
Where children are spending their time online, predators are lurking.
And disturbingly, an increasing number of reported content now involves the most severe category A images. And even more worryingly, is that children are now able to use iPads to access the dark web so easily. Now, as many of you may know,
okay, wait. I never got to this part, but I don't know. Is this kid's getting on the dark? This is a story about the kid who bought an AK-47 and the police took it or something for the dark web. I want to know because I've heard this story. I think this might be it. I don't know. Let's find it together.
Of a hidden collective of internet sites, only accessible by a specialized web browser, Tor, where people can then sell various items and services, anything illegal that you want. And it recently emerged that an 8-year-old child used his iPad to access the dark web and buy a number of ridiculously dangerous items, including an AK-47.
I knew it! This is that story.
John even arrived to his house with the mother.
Okay, that's in that story. Okay, fair enough.
But this brought up an uncomfortable discussion here. If kids are being raised by iPads, they will see every corner of the internet, and accessing the dark web on an iPhone or iPad is
how to activate the dark web on your smartphone or tablet.
He or she enters a world where their safety and innocence becomes endangered almost instantly. You see, 1 in 50 children are affected by child identity fraud, and more than half of victims are children under 9 years old. So what makes a child's identity so attractive?
Oh, is this about the... Oh, I know what this is. So, oh, wait, you said it. It was Social Security. I was about to say Social Security. Yeah. Oh, God, I know about this. Like, I don't know. It never happened to me, but I know someone who has had it happen to them. And they ruin your social credit and all that.
Security number and credit history represents a clean slate that may remain untouched and potentially unchecked for possibly quite a few years, even decades. And if the theft goes unnoticed, a criminal could utilize a child's social security number to establish a credit history over an extended period. And this deception may remain concealed until the child seeks a driver's license, employment, or financial assistance for education. One thing that won't be rare with Generation Alpha and iPad kids especially is the rise of involuntary celibates, lonely sex-starved young men embittered by a sense of romantic failure who find each other in communities online.
Incels. Goddamn incels. Incels. I know this. I know this, okay? This is my biggest fear in, like, just the iPad kid thing. If incels are bad, I shouldn't say the word incel because that, I guess, is offensive or some shit. Don't care. Because for some reason it's not offensive to say it like that, but I don't like saying it. So they just either become nice or they become the worst. So
you see more and more with things like Tinder, with Instagram, with adult content. All of this stuff is affecting the mental health of everyone everywhere, but especially Generation Alpha, as I've already discussed. But one thing this does is create a lack of community and cohesion. You never get to connect with people your age, and the more this happens, especially to Generation Alpha, the more involuntary celibates you get. People who can't interact with the other sex because they've never been socialized properly. And this ties in with a huge drop in testosterone levels amongst young men. In fact, prolonged social media use actually lowers testosterone levels in males.
It's been shown that social media can cause the lowering of testosterone levels.
That's affecting their sex drive and mood. More and more males are struggling with depression, anxiety, and loneliness. And this completely coincides with the drop in testosterone. Now, there's so many factors for this, and I've discussed this multiple times on this channel. And whilst there's the food, the water, the hormones in our environment, social media and digital devices are also draining the masculine vigor out of young men, rendering them limp, lifeless, loathsome, and lonesome. In fact, the average teen today is now spending up to 6 hours per day doom scrolling their lives away.
Oh, shit. 6 hours a day for 13-year-olds, as high as 5.8 hours for 17-year-olds. Okay, that's actually really bad.
And probably far more on their computer as well. Just imagine a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid getting addicted to these algorithms from such a young age, getting their dopamine fried by these devices. By the time they're 18, they're already a full-on social media addict, with their brain fried, wasting their lives away looking at pixels. By the time they're 18, most children now in Generation Alpha will have probably spent close to 5 years completely online. And I mean that literally in the time spent looking at the devices. What does this do to a healthy human being? Is it any surprise that Generation Alpha will get angrier, fatter, dumber, lonelier? Things are bad now, but sadly things are only going to get worse here if parents continue to bring up their children with iPads. And the sad fact is that most parents don't know any of this stuff. They have no idea the consequences because they never experienced this themselves. And it's so much easier giving a kid an iPad than taking them out to do sports, which means a whole new generation is emerging. That's why Generation Alpha may very well prove to be the most problematic generation in all of human history. Especially with the rise of AI, an iPhone moment on steroids, where will this put Generation Alpha? Those born between 2012 and the mid-2020s will grow up in a world where AI assistants, not mum and dad, will reign supreme. We already have people married.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm not talking. Is that guy marrying a robot?
Pixelated characters. Human relationships are dying out. AI is just adding fuel to the fire here. And as humans spend less and less time interacting in the real world and more time immersed inside virtual ones, AI partners may very well replace human ones.
Oh, I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna... Oh. Okay, that feels sick. Jesus. This shit got me all messed up, I swear to God. Oh. Oh God, that's depressing. Holy shit. That's depressing.
And as the iPads grow up, we may very well be living in idiocracy in just a few decades.
So, yeah, fun. Basically, I'm not going to edit this because G-Hub, shut the hell up. I don't care.
Well,
so yeah, that was the disturbing rise of iPad kids. I'm going to say this. God, I didn't like that. I did not like that whatsoever. Basically, don't raise your kids on iPads. Teach them how to be a good student. I don't know. Don't teach them how to be that. Anywho, that will be it for the video. I don't really have any other thing to say other than don't raise your kids doing stupid shit. That's it. I don't have. I'm 23. What do you expect me to say? Anyway, if you did like this video, I'm gonna go do the outro video part here. But go shout to Moon, this man right here, this buddy, this brother, this pal, Moon. I'm gonna subscribe to him. Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, basically, if you don't know, Moon made this video. This guy, Moon, he makes a lot of content. Moon does Instagram, just everything is wrong with society with Instagram. Why I hate the Wonka movie, the dark radio at the anti-homeless streets. TikTok is worse than you thought. The hidden why men love American Psycho. The most evil business in the world is Discord. How Instagram changed society forever. Basically, he does stuff like this. If you don't know, go subscribe to him. Seriously. Moon is just a really good person. I like this one. I like these videos. But yeah, at the very end of it all, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did like this, we're going to go... Oh, shout out to Moon, by the way. I already said that earlier. Anywho, if you like this video, don't forget to like and sub. Basically, I'm going to probably either cut out the intro part, but the rest of it stays in. Basically, if you like this video, don't forget to like and sub. Helps the channel out. I don't care about being famous on YouTube. I just want to be a person who just does things for fun. And this video is completely different. In fact, I wanted this video for the longest time. I just didn't know when to do it. Basically, I saw this video came out 2 days ago. I got the date wrong. It was 2 days ago. And I was like, cool, this video came out 2 days ago. I'll watch it. And I watched it once. And I asked Famous Builder, basically, if you don't know who Famous is, he's the guy he runs a Joby Kenneth channel with me. Me and him run the Joby Kenneth YouTube channel. And he basically thought this would be about some dumb iPad kids. And basically the whole point being, I didn't want to do it with him because Joby Kenneth's Phobia is supposed to be a fun channel. And I didn't want to upload some depressing video about kids being stuck to iPads. So in return, I did my own channel. I'll ask him if he can react to his own reaction on his. Basically, that's about it. And if you did like this video and you want to see more stupid content or just content in general, I might do more reactions. Basically, I might do more. Maybe, but the whole point being, I am one of those Gen Zers. I grew up on a computer. I saw a lot of that stuff. And I'll say it. I have a lot messed up in my head, okay? There's a lot of messed up stuff in my head. I had 2 girlfriends, and I met them in person. I never talked to people in person. I don't even know my high school buddies. Which, that's terrifying because I didn't realize how much social media and, like, iPads affected people until I just watched that video and I didn't realize how bad it is, which is horrible. Like, that's something that I will say I hope never happens to the best of us. At the very most, I really want to be safe and say the statement, please take care of your kids. Please, for God's sake. I know it's not important. I know that me rambling at the end is not really good, but hear me out. Keep an eye on your kids, and don't just parent them with an iPad. Because I think a bunch of YouTubers talked about how they're like babysitters for their kids. Don't let here's the thing. A YouTuber is good for entertainment, but it's not good for babysitting. Teach your kids good morals. Teach your kids a lot of stuff, but don't teach your kid specifically how to do this. This is a real bullet round, by the way. I'm going to put down my desk gently. The whole point being, if you do like this video, sub. The whole point being, that's it. I mean, end the video here. Don't forget to comment, like, follow down below. Basically, I am going to be trying to do a lot more YouTube stuff. Maybe more reactions, maybe some gameplay stuff, maybe some new game, maybe I can play some Let's Plays. Up to you. Anywho, that'll be it basically. I'm Kevin Does Things. If you do like my content, subscribe. If you do like anything else, notification bell. Whatever. Oh, shit. It's fine. And also, if you like to comment down the stupidest comment you have. Do it. Comment the stupidest comment you have and tell me what you don't like about Gen Z. Don't. You can hate me. Roast me if you want. I don't care. Okay? This is like a 40-minute video. It's probably not going to get any views because my channel's kind of stupid. But the whole point being, I had a great time making this video. I want you to see that I am not just a goofy looking guy. I am the kind of person who will make content if it's informational. So yeah, hopefully you like this, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.